We're now a few days past UFC 315. I started looking at divisions. I said, all right, let's take a look. Let's see what's going on. Where's everybody at? How do divisions look? And I started realizing there's some people who are ranked highly or ranked at all that just shouldn't be. So I thought, why not sit down, do some research? And I did. I've restacked every single division, top to bottom. It is subjective, all right? No screaming at me in the comments talking about, this is wrong and you're an idiot because you put this guy here and whatever. Check the comments. There's going to be a pinned comment of each division. So if you want to skip the one, if there's a division you don't really care about, you can skip around. I'll put the timestamps below. There's some people who just like shouldn't be ranked. There's guys like Bruno Silva, Alex Perez, who just haven't beaten a single ranked flyweight in the rankings right now. And it's like, wow, what are we doing? Why are they here? I'm going to start at flyweight. I'm going to move all the way down to heavyweight, and I'm going to do the pound for pound list too. I redid the pound for pound list. Let's get it going. First up, flyweight. I put Pantoja as the champ just because he is, and I don't see anybody beating him other than maybe Manel Kape. But as far as the number one contenders go, I'm just going to put whoever is getting the next title shot, which I'm going to try and stay consistent with that, which in this instance, Kai Kara-France is fighting Pantoja from my knowledge, which I don't necessarily like. I think Manel Kape should get the shot, but whatever. Moving on from that, like I said, Manel Kape, I think he's next up. Figured put him there, but he is fighting Brandon Royval, so I put Brandon Royval right behind him, he is technically the number one contender right now. He's not beating Pantoja, he's not beating Pantoja, bro. I don't think anybody beats Pantoja, and I'll get into that later with the pound for pound list. A lot of people might not like my take on this, but I have a take. Later on. Next up, Brandon Moreno. I just don't think Brandon Moreno's active enough, to be completely honest with you, to be as high as he is. And his only win as of late is to Steve Erceg, who you'll see where I put him in a minute. But I mean, he's a hell of a fighter. He's super skilled. He's technical. I get it. But ranked number 2, like there's other guys who are deserving who should be higher. You know what I mean? I put him at number 4. Number 5, Tatsuro Taira. He's one of the few people in this division, maybe the only one in this division that I actually kept where they are. He's beaten a lot of people that are ranked, like a lot, by finish too. Like he's submitted a lot of people. I feel it's only right that he should be in the top 5. Obviously losing to Brandon Royval wasn't the best look ever. It was split, so I get it, but he should be in the top 5. I think he is that good. Next up, I put Asuam Abayev. I think he's good. I just think Manel Kape is that good. I think Manel Kape putting away Asuam Abayev, a lot of people just overlook that because Amabayev's kind of ranked a little bit lower, and it was like, okay, he just beat a guy that was like lower in the top 10, so it's not a big deal. I think Manel Kape's that good, dude. So I put him higher. You'll see I'm going to drop a few people in the rankings because of this. After this, I put Kaya Sakura. I think Kaya Sakura is really good, dude. Like he was on the feet when he fought Pantoja, he was giving him problems, bro. He landed a flying knee, like flush flying knee. I think that knocks out 13 out of the 15 guys in the top 15. I think if he lands shit like that, it's not gonna go well for the rest of the division. And I think he does have that like surprise factor where you don't know what the hell's coming. So I moved him up. I think they put him at 15 because, you know, his first fight in the UFC was for a title and he didn't win and he got submitted, whatever. I think he's better than all the next people that I'm going to list. And the next one is Tagir Lombekov. He's good, but the problem I have is his want and drive for a finish. Like training with Islam and Habib, like those guys look to get you out of there. I feel like Tagir almost looks to find the final bell and he tries to just wet blanket you, which does not suit him well. He's not the most physically imposing guy, so it doesn't work as well like when other guys do it. I put him at number 8. I do think he's better than all the people that I'm going to list after this. You're probably thinking, where's Amir Albazi? Where is he? He's at number 9. He's not good. I don't care what you say. He lost 49-46 to Kai. I don't know how the hell they gave him that decision. That was terrible. And I looked it up on MMA decisions. Actually, I'm going to do that again right now. 90% of people had Kai Kara-France winning that fight. 48-47, 49-46, doesn't matter. I had it 49-46. And then you look at the rest of Amir Albazi's fights, he doesn't have a single win against anybody that's ranked right now. And then he lost to Brandon Moreno. He's not good. He's sitting at number 3 right now, just holding a spot somehow, some way. And he hasn't beaten a single person in the rankings. I don't care what this says. He did not beat Kai. I don't care. Anyways, moving on from that. Ramazan Temirov, I think this guy's really good. I think he's really powerful. He gives me like just a high and tight guard with a lot of power. He's technical. He sprawls well. I'm going to put him at number 10. And a lot of you people are probably thinking, where the hell is Steve Erceg? You're going to have to keep waiting. I've got Joshua Van at 11. I think he has a lot of potential. I think he's really good. I haven't seen a bad performance from him in a long time. When was the last time that he lost? In his last few performances have been like terrifyingly good. He hasn't put people away, but he has not lost very many exchanges for that matter. I've got Joshua Van 11. I've got a non-ranked guy, Loner Kavanaugh, at 12, who I think is going to be a serious problem at 125. Even Ilya Topuria on Joe Rogan's podcast. Joe Rogan completely dismissed it when Ilya brought this up because Joe Rogan doesn't know any of these unranked fighters anymore. He said like Loner Kavanaugh is going to be a serious problem at 125. If you haven't seen any Loner Kavanaugh highlights, I strongly encourage you to go watch them because this guy's a fucking monster. So I got Steve Erceg at 13. I get it. He's cool, man. He's an Aussie, and he has cool striking or whatever. The IQ's not there, man. Like, he knocked out Matt Schnell, and then he got a title shot. And then he lost, and then he went and got knocked out, and then he went and lost again. And it's like, at what point do we just, like, say, okay, you're 36, bro. Like, time's up. Sorry. We tried to boost you up the rankings, let you go, but like it didn't happen. So he's lost 3 in a row, man. Like I can't justify him being inside the top 10. I just can't do it. I have him at 13. That's basically my only reasoning for that. At 14, I have Andre Lima. I think Andre Lima's really good. I think he's undefeated still. I mean, and he's beaten pretty decent comp outside the rankings. And then I have Tim Elliott because just out of pity. Tim Elliott at 15. Jesus Christ, man. Dude, his last fight was 2 years ago to Sumaderji. He hasn't beaten a ranked guy. Like a lot of these flyweights, they just haven't fought anybody in the rankings and they're just holding a spot like for years on end and they're just not fighting. I think it's just like an inactivity problem, but the fighters I took off the list were Alex Perez and Bruno Silva. They haven't beaten anybody in the rankings and they haven't fought in a while and they're just beating shit the last time they were fighting. So it's like they're just holding up a spot. Get the hell, like Alex Perez is ranked 7th. He got TKO'd last year and that was it. That was the last time. And then before that he beat Mateus Nicolau and he's ranked 7th. It just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. And then he lost 3 times before that in a row. Then he just beats a bunch of shitters. So flyweight's pretty up just because of the inactivity, but moving on. At bantamweight I've got Merab up top. I think he's the bantamweight GOAT, to be honest with you. As much as I don't like saying that because I'm not a fan. He's really good, man. So you got to give it to him. Like I said, whoever's getting the next title shot's going to be ranked number 1. So, at least that's how I'm going to do it. Again, this is subjective. You can put whoever you want in the comments. Just let me know what you think. We can all be friends here. You don't have to get mad at me. I got Sean O'Malley 1, and then I got Umar at 2. He should be inside the top 3. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. After that, I put Corey Sandhagen just because he looked so dominant against Davison Figueiredo. Like, it was like he could be charged with assault the way that fight went. He didn't have a bad moment. So after that, then I put Piotr Jan just because it's like he beat Song Yadong and he beat Davison. But, like, he shouldn't be, and he's one of my favorite fighters ever. He's probably in my top 5 favorite fighters ever. But he shouldn't be up at number 2. I'm sorry. If they're making you fight down in the rankings, but you're still winning, I don't think that means that you just get to keep holding that spot up at the top. I don't know. I think Corey's more deserving, to be honest with you. Then I put Song Yadong, who stays right where he is. And then I put Rob Font. Because there is a firm drop-off in talent right here. It goes Rob Font and then Mario Batista. As much as that pains me to say that, he's not bad, dude. He's really not. Then I put Davison Figueiredo. I think he's just in such a weird situation where it's like he's too big for flyweight, but he's too undersized for bantamweight. He's getting old, and his whole knee just blew out against Corey. It might be wraps for Davison. I don't know. I hope not, because I do like watching Figgy fight, but I think it's about time for him to move on. He's either got to go back down to 125 or sit inside of anywhere from 8 to 15 at bantamweight, because I don't think he can beat anybody above that. After that, I put Marcus McGee, who I think is really, really good, and he's going to be a problem for a lot of people. He trains with Sean O'Malley. He trains with Mario Batista. After that, I put Henry Cejudo at number 10. Henry's old, dude. Like, he's just so old. I think any of these guys that I put after him, I honestly do think could beat him, other than Cheeto Vera, who I am going to put next. Cheeto is really lucky that he had the whole stint with Sean O'Malley, because otherwise I don't think that he would be like a household name, if that's even what you want to call him. After that, I put Montel Jackson, who I think is also going to be a serious problem at bantamweight. And then surprisingly, the guy that got stone cold stiff knocked out by Montel Jackson's Damon Blackshear, who's on a tear right now. So yeah, I put them 12, 13. I think those guys are both really, really good and are going to give people problems. Kyler Phillips at 14. This is kind of a pity thing. He's just not active enough, but he has stints where he looks really good. He has stints where he looks meh. So I was like, I guess I'll throw him in there. I might as well, because just the drop-off in talent. And then I put 15. I put Jonathan Martinez, just because outside of the top 10, it just kind of drops off. I removed Jose Aldo and Ayman Zahabi, because I think Ayman Zahabi is the worst fighter in the rankings at bantamweight. And Jose Aldo just retired, and he won against Ayman Zahabi. You're a lunatic if you think he didn't. If you're almost getting finished by a 40-year-old Jose Aldo who has no gas tank and not a lot of power, to be quite honest with you, that's not good. And he lost. I don't care what anyone says. He lost. Featherweight. I spelled Volkanovski wrong. Whatever. We're not going back to change it. I don't care. I've got Movsar at 1. I think he gets the title shot. I don't see why he wouldn't. He should have got the title shot in the first place instead of Diego Lopez, in my opinion. Again, you don't have to scream at me. Just tell me what you think. There's no need for hostility, okay? Put Diego Lopez 2, because technically he was the number 1 contender till Volk beat him, obviously. I got Yair 3, and I put Lerone Murphy 4. And I'll tell you why. It's because I think that he beats anybody that I'm going to put below him, at least for the time being. And the first name on that list being Brian Ortega. I think that Brian Ortega would get pieced up at range by Lerone Murphy, and Lerone Murphy wouldn't look for a finish. He'd sit on the back foot, as Jack Della Maddalena's coach would say, ping him at range. So Brian Ortega at 5. I put Gene Silva at 6. A lot of people are not going to like this. He just looked so dominant against Bryce. How can I not? Ilya had problems with Bryce. Gene Silva didn't. He got kicked in the leg like 4 times. And other than that, he just did whatever the hell he wanted. Showing him he's going to spin into a wheel kick, still lands it. Nasty combinations, high, low. And then he chokes him out. I don't know. I just hold a lot of value to that, man. That's like really impressive to just be able to walk through Bryce like that. Because Bryce gave Ilya problems, bro. Not like serious problems. I say that like it was like a close fight. Ilya did win dominantly, but it was, I don't know. If history repeats itself, if someone dominantly beats Bryce, it's like, I put Aljo at 7. His performance, like, I had him winning against Movsar, which is crazy to say because I know a lot of people had Movsar winning that fight. I thought it was really, really close, but I had it 2-1 Aljo. I think Aljo's still really, really good, but I do think that there are anybody above him, honestly, at this point, even maybe Brian Ortega would beat Aljo, to be quite honest with you. Because at 135, the whole backpacking thing was like, he was bigger than everybody, but now he's not, so he can't really do that. So his whole game plan has kind of switched as he switched divisions. So I just don't see him having as much success at 45. After that, I put Yusuf Zalal, who, as boring as he is really good. He knows how to just stall the fight out and just pick you apart at range and avoid combat. I think he beats anybody outside the top 10 with ease. At number 9, I put Arnold Allen, who I just don't think is very good, man. I looked at his Tapology. His best win is to Calvin Kattar, like a featherweight Dan Hooker who has no chin. That's just not good. Sadiq Youssef, Giga Chikadze, I don't know. Like, him being ranked at 6 is crazy to me. I put him at number 9. I moved him down a little bit. I put David Onama at 10. I think he has a lot of potential. I think there are holes, obviously, but I put him at 10. And then Josh Emmett at 11. Danny Ige at 12. Kevin Vallejos at 13. I made a whole video on Kevin Vallejos. If you want to go watch that, I'll put it up in this corner. It'll pop up right now. Ilya will bob and weave through everything and exit and not get touched on like a 6-punch combination. Kevin Vallejo sees an overhand coming and just whoop. It's the same exact thing. And I'm calling it right now. And the reason I'm making this video is to say this kid is legit and don't fret. Ilya might be gone from 45, but he's not. You know what I mean? He's disgusting. He has better footwork than I think maybe everybody in the division other than Volk. If you want more info on that kid, go watch that video. After that, I put Nathaniel Wood. If you don't know who Nathaniel Wood is, go watch his highlights. You'll immediately be a fan. You're a psycho if you don't like watching Nathaniel Wood fight. And then I put Calvin Kattar at 15, just out of pity, man, because I feel bad because he was really good. And then his knee blew out, and then he came back, and his knee blew out, and his knee blew out, and his knee blew out. And then he just had a bunch of surgeries, and it's just like, I think his career is kind of done. I took Ilya and Max Holloway off the list because Max isn't fighting at 45, I don't think, anymore, especially with Volk being the champ. He's not going to fight him 4 times. And Ilya left. So, yeah, that's 45. Up next, lightweight. This was hard. This is, I think, the hardest division to go through. Let me preface this with, I'm an idiot, and as I was making this list, I forgot about Mauricio Huffy. He should be somewhere in the top 15. I forgot about him, okay? I know, which is crazy to say because he's a fucking monster, but I apologize. I apologize. Islam at the champ spot, obviously. I put Ilya at number 1. Charles at 2, because they are going to fight after this Saturday. It's going to be Ilya versus Charles for UFC 317. That just makes sense. 1 and 2. They're going to be fighting for the interim title spot, so might as well. Put Armin 3 right after that, because I think he's next in line. I put Max Holloway at 4, because he is fighting Dustin, who's at 4 or 5 right now. With Dustin retiring, I think he's going to keep a spot right in there between the 4 to 6 spot. For the time being, I just put him at 4. I kept him at 4 for that matter. After that, I put Patty, dude. I think Patty's more deserving than everyone that I'm going to rank after this in terms of a title shot or being in line for title contention. So I put him at 5. I moved him up 3 spots. I put Justin Gaethje at 6. People aren't going to like that. You can already hear people screaming at me in the comments. Jesus Christ, this is not going to be good. Like, I get it. He had kicked Dustin Poirier. That was awesome, but he got KO'd stiff really bad and then came back and beat the number 11 guy on short notice, and he's like calling for a title shot. Everybody above him that I put, I think, is more deserving. Like, Patty is steamrolled pretty much everybody except for like Jared Gordon maybe, so I put him at 6. I put Dan Hooker 7. I just moved him down 1 spot because Patty did have to jump up above everybody. Mateus Gamrot at 8, and then I put Moicano at 9. I think Moicano's really, really good. People are going to point to him getting choked out by Islam. I get it. It's Islam, though, man. I put Fiziev after him because I think Moicano would. I think he would take down Fiziev and choke him out if they fought again. I know Fiziev knocked him out. That was a long time ago, though. I don't think Fiziev is as good anymore. I think the power has kind of left his hands. When was the last time he KO'd someone stiff? It was probably the Moicano fight, if I'm not wrong. But Fiziev 10. I put Joel Alvarez at 11 because I think Joel Alvarez has a lot of potential, and I think he's really, really good. I put Grant Dawson 12. Thinking back, that should probably be Mauricio Huffy's spot. Anywhere from 12 to 15 is probably where I should have put Mauricio Huffy. I can't believe I forgot that. I can't believe I did that. Ignacio Bahamondes at 13. I put Fares Ziam at 14. And out of pity, I guess, I put Michael Chandler at 15. I think he's terrible, dude. I think anybody beats him. And I removed Dustin Poirier because he's retiring. I removed Benoit because I don't think he should have been ranked in the first place, to be quite honest with you. And then I removed Beneil Dariush because, which a lot of people are not going to like, but he got KO'd stiff back-to-back times in the first round. And I get it. It's to Arman. It's to Oliveira. But if you look at that, that's 2 losses late in your career bad. Like, stiff. At what point are we just going to say that he's done? And his career's kind of on the downslope. And there's just so many killers at 55. This is a tough list. If I expect any comments on this, it's going to be at lightweight. This division's crazy. Like, the skill in this division is absolutely frightening. So I apologize if you guys think that I fucked up somewhere, but that's the way that I put it down. Look how pretty that looks.
Hey, yo!
JDM. Champion. JDM by fucking KO, mate. JDM is the champ because he is the best, and he's the fucking man. After that, I put Shavkat because I think he should get the shot after. I think JDM beats Islam, by the way. You guys can tell me what you think below. Again, no hostility. Damn. You keyboard warriors sometimes come after me. I put Shavkat next. I think JDM defends his title. Shavkat's next if he doesn't get injured, which who knows because that guy's a total head case. Bilal Muhammad just lost the belt. I put him at 2. And I put Sean Brady at 3 because I think they should fight again. Because with the steam that, like, Sean Brady just bullied Leon, like, worse than Bilal did. Bilal beat him 3-2. That's how I had it, at least. I think that's how the majority of people had it on MMA decisions. With a little bit of momentum, maybe the Sean Brady and Bilal fight is different. We'll see. That's the next matchup that I have. I have Ian Gary at 4, unfortunately. I'm starting to, like, lose. He's losing fans with all this fucking bullshit that he's doing, dude. Jesus Christ. I put Joaquin Buckley at 5 because I think he's more deserving than Leon, who I put at 6. I think Leon is just not good anymore. I don't know if he ever was good. He was good, but not like. I think all these guys are just passing him up, to be quite honest with you. So that goes for Kamaru Usman too, who I put at 7. Because I think Joaquin Buckley beats Usman, and then at the 4 and 5 spot, we get Buck versus Cuck, Ian Gary versus Joaquin Buckley. At number 8, I put Michael Morales, who I think is going to absolutely wipe the floor with Gilbert Burns this weekend, which picks for that will be up either the day after this video comes out or the day after that, some point this week. Michael Morales at 8. Gilbert Burns, I put at 9 because I do think he's going to lose. Jeff Neal at 10. I kept him where he is. It's kind of a drop-off after this, after the number 8 spot. So Stephen Thompson, 11. Carlos Prates, 12. I think he has a serious IQ issue, it seems. Like he had Ian Gary so hurt, and then he just refused to throw a punch. I put Randy Brown at 13. I think Randy Brown is going to be a serious problem for these guys up here at welterweight. His only loss as of recent is to JDM. He beat Brian Battle. I don't give a shit what you say. He beat Brian Battle, and he's on a huge win streak. I put Colby Covington at 14 because he sucks, and he's old, and he's a piece of shit. Like, again, out of pity. Same thing with Michael Venom Page. I put him at 15, just out of pity, I guess. So, and then I removed Vicente Luque. To be honest with you, anybody between Vicente Luque, Michael Venom Page, and Colby Covington, I think they're all interchangeable in that 14 to 15 spot. So, just a bunch of old veterans, to be honest, occupying the backside of the division. Middleweight. This division is like lightweight. It is so stacked. So, Drickus at the top. The 1 spot is going to be Khamzat because he is going to get the title shot, which is kind of weird to think about because I think the guy I'm going to name after this is more deserving, in my opinion. It's the way it goes. It's going to be Khamzat versus Drickus. I put Nasruddin Imavov at 2. I think he's more deserving, but Khamzat's going to get it just because pay-per-view value. Next in line for the belt, I would say, is Caio Borralho. Huge win streak. Nobody's really been able to give him problems. Put him at 3, and then Sean Strickland at 4, Izzy at 5, because I think those two should fight next. At 6, I put Anthony Hernandez because I think he's really good, dude. I think his grappling is just that dominant, and I don't think there's going to be a lot of people that can just starch him cold. And I think he can hang in the grappling with pretty much everybody on in this division, except for maybe Khamzat. Maybe Khamzat would might give him issues on the ground. I put Rainer de Ritter at 6 because I do think it's unfortunately the end for Whitaker. So I put Rainer de Ritter at 7, Whitaker at 8. 9, I put Jared Cannonier. 10, Brendan Allen. 11, Roman Dolidze. 12, Marvin Vettori. 13, Roman Kopylov. This division is so tough, dude. Like, I feel like once we get out of the top 8, it's kind of like everyone's very, very evenly matched. And everyone's kind of already fought each other, but everyone's had good moments against each other. So it's like, it's kind of hard to put them all up on one list. So Roman Kopylov, 13. Abus Magomedov, 14. And then I put Joe Pyfer at 15. And I took off Paulo Costa because he's lost 4 out of 5. He's not active. What was his most recent win? It was 2022, and he beat a 40-year-old Luke Rockhold who rocked him like 2 or 3 times in the 2nd or 3rd round. He's got to prove himself to me again because he hasn't been doing well as of late. Light heavyweight, Magomed Ankalaev, he's going to be at the top because that's how it is. He's going to fight Alex Pereira again because the UFC knows that they make more money when Alex Pereira fights. So he's going to get the title shot next. I put Yuri after that. This division, it was relatively the same. Pretty much the same all the way through. Put Oldberg 3. I put Jan 4. I think that if he fights Jamal Hill, I think he beats him. So I put him at 4. Jamal Hill 5. Alexander Rakic 6. And then I put Khalil at 7. At 8, I put Zhang Mingyang because I think he starches. He's gonna go on, like, he's gonna continue this first round finish streak. I think he's gonna put a lot of people away in the first round. I have high praise for Zhang Mingyang. I think he's really good. He did everything that we expected him to against Anthony Smith and more. Like, he brutalized him. Dominic Reyes at 9. Azamat Murzakanov 10. Volkan Oezdemir, I put at 11, and then Nikita Krylov at 12. I wanted to put Nikita Krylov over Oezdemir, but Oezdemir's already beaten Krylov, and Krylov's coming off a nasty KO loss to Dominic Reyes, so I put him at 12. Johnny Walker is at 13. Dude, I don't think he's very good, dude. He's too chinny, man. Bogdan Guskov, 14. Modestas Bukauskas, 15. And I removed Alonzo Menafield because I don't think he's very good, and I don't think he can beat anybody that I listed right here, to be quite honest with you, except for maybe Johnny Walker if he lands a big one, and Johnny Walker does the stanky leg. As it should be. I kept saying earlier in this video that I wanted you to not be hostile in the comments. I'm here for all of the John Jones cum sluts. Get in the comments and just rage. Just scream at me. Dude, he's in Thailand right now. He just found out about ladyboys. There's a video of him riding bitch on a fucking moped. Like grabbing a dude's hair and pulling it.
Залик уже взял свою команду Джонса.
Все, он в моей команде. My team has global.
Good lord. These ladyboys are about to get it. John Jones is retired, dude, as far as I'm concerned. So the real champion is Tom Aspinall. And if you have anything else to say, go f*** yourself. Longest heavyweight reign ever. 1 title defense. He's a complete cunt. One, I put Cyril Gane because that is the fight that the UFC is probably going to try and make. Unfortunately, because Volkov did beat him. And it wasn't close. So Cyril Gane 1. I put Volkov 2 because it only makes sense putting those two back to back. I put Pavlovich at 3. Because he can't go 2 because he obviously lost to Volkov, but he did look good in his last performance. So, yeah, put him at 3. Curtis Blades, put him at 4. Jonathan Almeida 5. I put Taliesin Teixeira at 6 because I'm getting rid of all of these seriously incredibly overweight people at heavyweight because they're not talented. Truth hurts sometimes. Kennedy Nzechukwu, I put him at 7. I don't care what you say. I'm taking all of the fat people out of this division, or at least I'm trying to. You can go on Tapology and look up the other organizations, like the other heavyweights. There's a lot of talent out there, but the UFC doesn't seem to care. So, anyways, I put Sergey Spivak, at 8. Marcin Tybura at 9. I put Mario Pinto at 10 because he's in shape. And I think he beats the shit out of a lot of people at heavyweight. So, Waldo Cortez Acosta, he keeps his spot at 11. Derek Lewis at 12. Again, anybody above him that's like somewhat in shape, I think beats Derek Lewis at this point in his career. I put him at 12. And then Shamil Gaziev, I put at 13. I put Walter Walker at 14 because he's dangerous in the first round and he's in shape. And by the way, before I keep going, I made a video about the heavyweights. Probably my favorite video that I've done. It hasn't done the best numbers wise for my channel, but it is my favorite video that I've made on this channel. So go check that out. It'll pop up right here. I just watched a top 10 heavyweight. I couldn't even see the logo on his shorts because his stomach's hanging over the logo. Tybura is like he throws like a 3-punch combination, and as he's exiting, he like throws this like weak ass front kick to the body. And the guys in the booth are like, it's a weird style that Tybura has, really awkward. No, it's not weird style. He's a fat who can't get on a diet. We're just seeing that these guys trudge around and they can't breathe halfway through the first round. And it's like, holy shit, this guy's ranked 8th in the world? What the happened? He's just like trudging forward. can't breathe, and it's like 2 minutes into the fight. Can we do something? Like, put him on trend. Watch it. It's funny. I make some funny jokes. 15, I put Tai Tuivasa because of pity. I took John Jones out because he's retired and he's gay. So, I don't know who I took out of the list, to be honest with you. It's probably a bunch of fat fucks. Like, honestly, who gives a shit about this division outside of the top 6? So, Tom Aspinall's the real champ. I don't give a fuck what you say. Go ahead and scream at me in the comments. I don't care. You guys are literally worshiping a woman abuser. So, keep doing your thing, I guess. All right, this is my pound for pound list. I kept Islam at 1. I do think he's the best in the world right now. For the time being, at least. Who knows what happens in the future. So I put Ilya as next in line because, John Jones he's not a fighter anymore, He's out getting, pounded by ladyboys. I put Merab right after that. You guys know I'm not the biggest Merab fan, but he's really good. I put Pantoja after that. People aren't going to like that. I don't care. I think Pantoja is so good. I think he's really easily hit, but he has the best chin probably in the UFC other than Marvin Vettori. Like, no, what's his name? Kaya Sakura? Is that who he fought last? Flush flying knee, like I said earlier. Like, the knee hit him and it snapped his head to the side and everything. And he just double-legged him and, didn't care. I've never seen something like that. And then he gets to the ground and just mauls him. Like, I don't see anybody beating Pantoja, to be quite honest with you. I put Aspinall at 4. He's ran through his whole division, man. And he's not going to fight John Jones because John Jones is out in Thailand getting pounded in the ass. Yeah, I put Tom Aspinall at 4. I don't care, man. I don't care. He's the real champ, and he's wiped through everybody. There's not very many options you can give him after this next year. There's not really anybody you can give him because he's just walking through people in the first round. I put Dricus after that. He might have moved down. I don't remember. That might be wrong. I put Ankalaev at 6 as he is. I put Volk at 7, Pereira 8, JDM. I put him at 9. JDM's the man. Finally, and new. Violence is back. After that, I put Bilal because JDM did beat him, so he should be higher than Bilal. And after that, it's basically just top contenders. So Charles, Sean O'Malley, Khamzat. I put Nasruddin Imavov after that because I think Nasruddin Imavov is disgusting. He took Izzy on the feet and beat him. He put him out. I don't think enough people are talking about that. That's not normal. I put Arman at 15. And I took Max Holloway and John Jones off the list. Because John Jones, like I said, do I have to say it again? I'm not going to. Actually, yeah, I am. He's getting pounded by ladyboys in Thailand. And then Max Holloway, he's ranked 4th at lightweight on my lists. So I don't see how he could really be there if he's not ranked at featherweight anymore because he's not going to fight at featherweight. I wanted to put him on here, but it's I think Arman beats him. This is also subjective. This is just the way that I see things. So if you do think someone should be higher than another person, let me know. I'm interested to see what you guys think. I think I fixed the rankings because a lot of times people don't even look at the rankings anymore because they don't hold any value because they're so fucked up. Those are my thoughts. I appreciate you guys. I got a prediction video coming soon. And then I got a video after that, which who knows? We'll keep it mysterious. It'll be like a day after this video drops. So, yeah. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.